for some Toy Tuesday. Looks like Ryan and Amy are on and ready to go. We'll give everybody a few seconds to get their notifications, know that we are on live and ready to boogie. We got a couple of cool things tonight. We've got a viewer box. We don't know what's going to be in that. Not a real heavy one, so I assume it's not jam-packed, but I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be cool stuff in it because you guys always come through when it comes to finding cool stuff. Got a really cool piece from the Auburn Duesenberg Company we're going to share with you tonight. A piece that I'm going to keep. I've got more stuff from there. I just haven't decided how I'm going to handle all these other pieces. And just for good measure, since we don't know what's in the viewer box, we don't know if it's going to take 2 minutes or 20 minutes, I got a super cool tin sand and gravel truck that just came out of the big load from Missouri. I got like 3 or 4 boxes of toys, so we're kind of divvying those up. Plus, I got a cool toy at the swap meet, and we got a lot of stuff coming up. So tonight, we're going to hit the viewer box, this piece from the Auburn Duesenberg Company, and a sand and gravel truck for tonight, and we'll see how things shake out from there. So anyway, that being said, Bill Wagaman's here with us. Bill, I'm glad you're on. There's a toy I'm looking for. You might be the guy. I need a Wyandotte cord. I know they're rare and I know they're expensive, but I don't have a Wyandotte cord. I saw Doug's the other day when I was down there, and I forgot how bad I wanted one. So I don't know if you got one laying around or not, but thought I'd ask. But anyway, let's get into the viewer box, see what's in there, and then get to these other pieces and see how the night shakes out. Big Job's on with us. Go ahead and get things flip-flopped around here. And get ready to get slicing. Brian Dispatch is here. Eloy's on with us. Viewer box tonight from Guile the Car Guy. Let's see what Guile found for us. Knife. Box. Let's see what we got. Bill, do not have one. Yeah, there's a few on eBay, but they're crazy expensive on eBay. Of course, with eBay fees, they've got to be marked up a lot just to cover the eBay fees. But yeah, there's a few on there, but they're super expensive. And I don't have a problem paying up for a good one, but the ones on there were a little out of the realm of reality. But when you factor in eBay fees and things like that, they're not too far off. But well, I got this thing taped up pretty good here. Let's see what there we go. Now we got a bite. All right. We're in. Let's see what we got. Here we go. There's a sticker right there. Guile the Car Guy. Rusty's here with us. Peter from Down Under's on. Guile the Car Guy. So be sure to check him out. Let's see what he found for us. Hot Wheels, Auburn. Imagine that. That's a very good looking Hot Wheel, actually. Silver and burgundy. 852, that would make that a 36 boat tail speedster. The 35 was the 851. This being an 852, this should have been a 36 boat tail speedster. And does it have it on there? Does not look like it's supercharged. The year on the sticker was 1977. So this does not appear to be the supercharged 36 852, but it's still a great Hot Wheel. You never go wrong with Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels are always good pieces. What else is in here? Looks like another Hot Wheel. There's another Hot Wheel in here. Another Auburn 852. This was oldies but goodies. So this originally came out in 79. This appears to be made in 98, if I'm reading this correctly. with a series of, so it's 30 years, so I'm assuming these came out in 98. Oldies but goodies. Auburn 852. And it listed what they made. I guess they made each one of these for this 30th anniversary series. So great pieces considering we just got back from the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Company. Bill, I have 2 or 3 dealers in this area and I have Carlisle come up, check around, buy more plastic. Sounds good. So some killer Auburn 852 boat tail speedster Hot Wheels. So huge shout out to Guile, the car guy, for sending those to me. Appreciate that. They're cool pieces. I'm sure it's probably the same stamping. And different finishes, I'm guessing. Yeah, probably. I'm guessing they're probably the same stamping, just a different series of it. The burgundy one, see if it's got a year on it. Usually they've got some sort of a year on it. Oh, it's the contest. Oh, they had a contest here on the back that ended in 02. So this was right around 2000, 2001. This was made in 98 as a recreation of the Hot Wheel that came out in 79. I believe they are the same body. All the castings look identical. So I'm guessing these were the same ones, just different variations. Different wheels, obviously. Neither one of them say supercharged on them. Randy's here with us. Had this been a supercharged stamping, would have said supercharged right there on the hood, right above the fins on the hood. That's the badge that would have been on the side of the hood had this been a supercharged one. But regardless, they're great pieces. Nice Hot Wheels. And of course, you can never go wrong with Hot Wheels. So huge shout out to Guile, the car guy. Be sure to check him out, see what he's got going on. He usually hangs out with us out here on Sunday nights. Haven't seen him on here yet tonight, but definitely appreciate the viewer box. Numero uno is with us tonight. So thanks to Guile, the car guy, for the super cool Auburn Hot Wheels. Always appreciated when you guys think of me and send me viewer boxes. It always makes for a great episode and a great way to share with all of us. So thanks to Guile, the car guy, for firing those Auburn Hot Wheels off to me. Now, what else we got? Speaking of Auburns, I did pick up a few pieces at Auburn Cord Duesenberg this weekend, because I always do, because there's so much cool stuff there. But yellow car, brown fenders, red, black were 79 colorways, okay? Norma's on with us. So, yep, let's see, the 79. Yeah, this was I'm sure this is identical to the 79 version, since this was the 30th anniversary pack, so. And speaking of Auburns, this is a little earlier than the 35, 36 that we were just looking at. But man, this piece is so cool. Doug actually had this in his display case. And we were working some deals on some stuff, and we were kind of close. And he said, just round it on up, and I'll throw this in with it. So we rounded up. I probably paid more for it than I should have, but it is cool. It is early. And it is cool. It doesn't look like much, but it's just an amp gauge. But it's a pretty cool amp gauge. Check this thing out. Alan's here with us. This is small. Fits in the palm of your hand. 2 1/4 inches in diameter is all this thing is. But it's a statement piece. Auburn, made by Westinghouse, is who made the gauge. And I'm sure you guys can't see it because it's really tough to see and it's really fine print. But actually on the back of this thing, right up here, it does have a patent date. Now, patent date obviously doesn't necessarily mean when it was made, but when it was, came out or designed. And, was probably used for a few years after that. The patent date was just probably the earliest possible date there was. But the patent date on this, and it is an electrical gauge, is 1917. There's a white-on-white version of the Auburn, but it's rumored to be a factory backdoor rarity. Not sure which one that is. Yep, Westinghouse Electric. That's right. It is cool, Randy. I was excited about it. So this is late teens, early 20s. Definitely 100+ years old, and still looks great. I actually thought it was pretty neat. So I went in the back and started going through all the gauges in the back. I was trying to find some more of them. And I said, Doug, I can't find any more of these gauges. And he said, they don't say Auburn on them. He said, just those super early ones did. The stuff in the late 20s and the 30s didn't say Auburn on it. So this was late teens, early 20s, and obviously has Auburn in their own font, clearly stamped in the gauge. So there again, just a novelty piece, but I thought it was super cool. It is in great condition. Shoot, it might work. I don't know, but just something different that you don't see every day and you don't stumble across every day. But I was kind of excited when I saw it. I was like, man, there's got to be more. I got to get some more of these for you guys. So I went in the back, started digging through the gauges, and I couldn't come up with anything. So that's why I finally asked Doug, why does that one say Auburn? It's the only one I got. It's super early, and that was it. So brought it home to add it to my collection. So anyway, it is Toy Tuesday. Means we need to squeeze some toys in, right? So I didn't know some more toys, I guess. We had a viewer box with toys in it. But just to make sure, not knowing it was in the viewer box, I got another toy ready for you. Now, like I told you, when I made that Missouri run, I got some killer toys. Some killer toys. So I got one of them out tonight just to kind of wrap things up with, not knowing for sure what was going to be in the viewer box and things like that. I definitely want to share the Auburn gauge. So we got one toy truck that I've got ready here for you, and I got a couple more boxes over there that we'll be getting into here in the very near future. So let's go ahead. The Hot Wheels Boat Tales unrecorded factory build. Oh, I see. Sometimes rich collectors could get unique colors made, so hadn't heard that either. But there again, that's why we're all on here. We're all talking amongst each other, and that's how we all learn. So one more metal toy from a company I'm not real familiar with. But when we were on that Missouri run, we went to this antique mall, and this guy had you got a lot of glare there. I'll see if I can get rid of some of that glare for you guys. We were walking through this antique mall, and we saw this booth, and he had a big glass case. Well, half the case was old toys, old metal toys, and a lot of car stuff. And it had a sign like 20% off. And the prices weren't cheap, but they were realistic, and then there was 20% off. So I was like, I'm going to buy half that case. So we went up and we talked to the people at the front. They're like, yeah, he's supposed to be coming in today, the guy that owns that booth. We'll call him and see if he's coming. So Addie and I and she said, yeah, just go ahead and go through it, open it up, do what you want. So Addie and I go back there and start gathering it all up, what we want. And the dude comes in, we go over it all, and we managed to work out a deal on like half the case, literally half the case. There was some newer die casts and some stuff like that in there that I didn't want. But all the early 10 stuff, I bought all of it, bought everything in the case. And then after we bought all that, he's like, oh, I got a couple more boxes of junk I haven't put out yet. He went and grabbed 3 more handfuls of smaller 10 toys. Just like the one that had the wipers on it we looked at last week. That was in the stuff that wasn't even in the case. Or no, the one with the wipers wasn't in the case. He had 2 or 3 handfuls of other stuff that wasn't in the case. So I bought all that too. Why not? But tonight we're going to check out one of the cool pieces out of that case. And it's a company that I'm not extremely familiar with, but I bet Bill probably can tell us a little bit more about it. So let's check it out too. This is a sand and gravel truck. And I believe the company is Banner. And Bill will be able to clarify a little bit more of this. But this thing is beautiful. Great graphics, great color. Check this thing out. Just looks good all the way around. Inside the bed's a little bit crusty, but still a great looking piece. You mean for toys for big boys? Yeah, that are toys for dummies who can't quit buying them. Check that out. Boom. Dump. Norma loves sand trucks too. It's like the side of the bed's tweaked here just a bit. Now, on the front of this, Banner sand gravel excavating truck. Now, what I can make out, the only thing I can find for a maker's mark is right here on each side, and it looks like it just says Banner. So, like I said, not a Wyandotte or a Marks or something we're more familiar with. This one just says Banner on it. Obviously Banner there, but it looks like Banner on the maker's mark as well. Great condition. Now, one thing that is kind of interesting, these wheels are even metal. And they are all four correct. So obviously was not played with hard, was never really abused, made in the USA, number 670 across the back. And a really pretty sand and gravel truck. Old School's here with us. And it's got an in-your-face grill. Yep, that's when they made toys to last, that's for sure. So, that's what we've got for tonight. Norma sold a few recently with a wish now it wouldn't have shipped. Yep, that has a tendency to happen. So, Old School's got one like that. That's cool. Big Job's trying to buy it. Well, I don't think I'm going to get rid of this one. In fact, I think Dad wants this one, so. But that's what we've got for tonight. The great pieces in the viewer box from Guile the Car Guy. X-Ray's on with us. Hey, Dean, give me a shout when we get done, and we'll go over this stuff. I forgot that when I talked to you earlier today that I got to be on tonight. So, the super cool Auburn Hot Wheels, courtesy of Guile the Car Guy, in the viewer box. The Banner sand and gravel truck, as well as the original 100-plus-year-old Auburn amp gauge made by Westinghouse. So anyway, that's what I've got going on. I hope you guys are having a good week. Hey, Dum Dum, what are you doing, Dum Dum? Old School likes the 37 cord. Yeah, if you guys didn't see last night's video, be sure to check out the video on the 37 cord Westchester that Doug is sending to Barrett Jackson. I posted it last night. What's that car worth? I really don't know. It's going no reserve, so we do know that. But I can't see that car doing any less than 70 or 80,000. I mean, it's a beautiful car, and maybe more. I don't know. It's one of those deals that no, I don't think it would do 200K because it is a sedan. But of course, it could. You never know. There's some really interesting things about that car. One, it's a beautiful car anyway. It's not, a concours restoration, but it's a very, very nice car. Plus, the other thing about buying a car like that is when you get the opportunity to buy a car like that has just gone back through the factory and been checked over by the factory. Usually you don't buy a car from 1937 that's just been back to the factory and checked over before it was sold. So, yeah, David W., and I don't know which, I've got several emails, so I don't know which one you sent it to. But if the Cox accounts are no longer, I completely dropped that service. So the Cox accounts are no longer. The Yahoo and the Gmail accounts are all still good, but I still only check them once or twice a week. So I don't look at them all that often. But and that's right. The market is definitely weird right now. It is worth what somebody's willing to pay. And I'd say you're Big Job. You're not too far off. Close to 100 or maybe a little over. No, PayPal's not Cox either. I have no Cox email whatsoever anymore because we completely dropped that service. So they shut those emails off. So that Cox emails are completely gone. But not only is that cord awesome, but the Bentley is killer as well. They got me some more pictures on the Bentley today, some stills before they cleaned it up. So I'm going to work on stitching that stuff together. Try to have the first Bentley video up tomorrow. 1936 Bentley barn find, like we talked about Sunday night, found in the old oil money area of Tulsa. Yeah, the red Pinto's gone. I sold that at the auction this year. I ran it through the F&E Collector Auto Auction this year and sold it. So, yep, it's gone. And so we'll get some stuff up on the Bentley. Be sure to check that out. Hey, if you know anybody that's interested in those cars, be sure to let them know. Send the video around, share it around, let people check it out. Cord is a stunning, stunning car, and it's going to go to a great home. Like I said, how often do you get a chance to buy a car from 1937 that just went back through the factory and got checked over by the factory technicians? Kind of neat to be able to do that. So anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. Wouldn't fit in his garage. That's all right, old school. You build another garage. That's what you're supposed to do, just build another garage. Y'all just need more shops. More shops are always good. So anyway, that's what I've got going for tonight. I'm going to get to work. I need to get some work done on the computer, get to work on this Bentley video. And there's going to be 3 videos on the Bentley. I've got 2 of them done. The third one, I need to get those still pictures stitched in there as well. So we'll see how that comes out. Big job, love the cord too. Yeah, it's going no reserve. So somebody's going to own that car here in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Middle of April to Barrett Jackson is where that car's headed to Palm Beach at no reserve. So somebody's going to have a new owner. So we'll see what happens. So that's right. It's real leather back then. Yeah, those cars were just such a neat car. And not something you see on a regular basis by any means. But that's what makes them cool. That's what makes them different. So Norm had a good time tonight. Appreciate that. I'm going to get to work. I hope you guys all have a great week. Stay tuned. We'll get some of those Bentley videos up this week. And be ready for Sunday night. Yeah, okay. That Cox would not have gotten to me then. So yeah, we'll have to figure out what we got to do on that, David W. Or wait a minute. The 8th, that might be the one that came through. PayPal may still recognize it. Yeah, I've got it, David W. I got the payment, but there was no shipping info on it. But the 8th is what is on this. So yeah, that did come through. I do have that here. I just did not have shipping info on it. So that's what I was waiting on. All right, no problem. We'll get it all figured out. Anyway, I'm going to get to work. I hope you guys have a great week. Stay tuned. We got a lot more stuff coming up this week. John made it. I put a sticker in the mail for you today, John. New PayPal is Nobody Else's Auto, all lowercase, all run together. Nobody Else's Auto at gmail.com. I figured that was the easiest way to do it and keep it simple. Nobody Else's Auto at gmail.com. So anyway, I'm going to get to work. I hope you guys have a good week. Hope you had fun tonight. And we'll see you all Sunday night for some more live chat. So exciting stuff coming up on live chat this week. Like I said, the rarest license plate we've ever sold. I have to keep telling you guys that we're selling this plate, so I don't keep it. So I got to keep telling you that that's what's going to happen. So we'll see how things shake out and go from there. I ain't got time to talk. We'll talk about it later. But anyway, thanks for being here tonight, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. More cool stuff coming up this week on the Bentley. And definitely hope to see you back here Sunday night, 7 o'clock for Sunday Night Live Chat. Thanks for watching, everybody.